Hey guys, this is Garrett McLaughlin. I'm back here shooting another quick video about foam rolling. Just the other day I posted a video talking about the mechanism behind foam rolling, how I don't in particular believe there is a big change happening at the soft tissue level as far as breaking up adhesion, scar tissue, or relining fibers. Most of the change that I see is from a neurophysiological level, its impact on the nervous system and how that nervous system goes ahead and either causes a muscle contraction or relaxation. But from another standpoint, and for me in particular, it does active release. What I really look at with a lot of my people, especially when we do with them hands-on sessions, is relative motion. I think that's one concept that a lot of people are missing and not really spending enough attention on. Relative motion is how surfaces or structures are gliding past each other. So if you think in particular here, if we're looking at the quadriceps, we have 4 muscles of the quadriceps. One muscle, the rectus femoris, right down the middle of the quadriceps, that's a hip flexor and a quad muscle here, slides right over one of the deeper quad muscles called the vastus intermedius. In a lot of situations, just because that rectus comes and attaches on the hip, as we extend the hip, we get lengthening through that rectus femoris. So that rectus and the deeper quad have to glide right past each other. Just the other day I was working Ultimate Frisbee tournament, and I tend to see this a lot, specifically in the Ultimate Frisbee crowd, but they tend to feel this almost like a quad strain feeling. Like it's not necessarily a sharp pain, but there's kind of this naggy, aching feeling right up through kind of the middle or the upper area of the quad, and it's usually dead center right within that rectus femoris. So what we did was work on getting those structures to glide more freely past each other, and then immediately felt significant improvements. So you can do that with the foam roller, obviously not as effective than having a professional do it to you, but just to show you, typical foam rolling, what we're going to do is we kind of incorporate a lot of compression. So if I'm rolling through the quad, I'm going to go all the way up to the front of the hip, nice and slow down to the knee. I'm going to work inside, outside, and roll along. That right there incorporates a lot of compression. We just smash and compress one surface or structure on top of the other. What I like to do is add some kind of joint movement in there, which causes those structures to move and glide against the foam roller, but also against and past each other. Obviously, it's not perfect. If you're doing it to yourself on a foam roller, it's not the best. We can't really tell specifically if we're down to the level we need, but I think it is definitely more effective in specific areas to encourage that relative motion between structures. So in the quad specifically, if you roll around, find that tender or uncomfortable area, and then just nice and easy move the knee through the range of motion as you get that muscle to slide against the roller, and then go ahead and scan and do that again. So I typically like to do that there specifically on the quadriceps and also on the calf. So if we think the gastrocnemius, outer calf, soleus a little deeper, and then we have those deep flexors below that. So if you're here in the calf, again, as much pressure as you need, but as you go through, find a spot, toes down, toes up, going through that range of motion of the ankle to try to encourage the relative motion between structures, get that tissue to glide against the roller. So that is one small tip that I like to do within my foam rolling that I think adds just that little bit more effectiveness to it. Again, not thinking specifically about the tissue itself and trying to cause any kind of tissue changes, but trying to change how those surfaces are moving around each other. So I hope you found this tip helpful. Let me know if you have any questions or comments, and have a great day.